Well. The San Francisco 49ers come in, get the W. We got the late night gang stream on. I even forgot to put on my headphones. I don't even care. I'm just hyped. We got the damn dub. We beat LA. We're going to get into all of it. We're going to get into all the hype. You already know the freaking vibes. Shout out the whole late night gang. Dropping SDS in the chat. LNG. All the vibes. We up. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Look at all the SDS in here, you beautiful sons of guns. You get in here. You drop those SDSs. You drop the LNGs in the chat because we got the late night dub gang rolling tonight after the San Francisco 49ers roll up the LA Rams. That Rams pack is hitting so good right now. Oh my goodness. I feel so phenomenal. Let's start out by saying this. Shout out if you went to Levi's, whatever you watch from home, doesn't matter. We could feel the electricity there at Levi's Stadium was phenomenal tonight. 49er fans, you could tell wanted that W. You could absolutely feel it in the air. The dub was necessary. It was needed, like we need to breathe. And the San Francisco 49ers get the freaking job done and absolutely smack the charcuterie out of the freaking Rams. And we absolutely love it. We're going to talk about a lot of the things that went into it. But first of all, how are you guys feeling after that W? How are you feeling after the 1-2 start to then have the Rams come up north and come away with a 24-9 win over the Los Angeles Rams? Oh boy. So far, the chat is immaculate. The vibes are through the roof because let's face it, it's been a rough start. It's been a rough start to the year, but boy, oh boy, are we loving life. Look at the chat. I'm taking it in. I'm looking at the chat. Man, you guys being happy makes me happy. 49ers getting dubs makes me happy. I love it. I'm thrilled right now. The ginger beard is elated by what I saw tonight. And again, the beauty too in what we saw tonight is a team that still has a lot of room for growth. Still has a lot of room to get better. Oh, the Super Bowl champion, LA Rams. Hey man, we can't talk crap to the Rams anymore. They beat us. We can't talk crap to them anymore. We can't do that. They beat us. Shut up. All you soft 49er faithful out there causing a ruckus, whining, crying, complaining, yelling at me, saying I can't talk crap about the Rams. I am roasting 49er fans this week. None of you in this chat, because if you're in this chat, you're a vibe. You're true SDS. But we're talking, you can't say that about the Rams anymore. We can't even talk. What? You see those Rams out there on that field? They bow down to the San Francisco 49ers. Jalen Ramsey is out there talking crap to Robbie Gould. You literally got Robbie Gould chirping Jalen who? Who? I don't know. I don't know who that guy is. Look like burnt toast, if you ask me. Looked like a guy who just saw Brandon Ayuk, saw Deebo Sam. I've had enough. So we're smoking that Rams pack for show. But we're not only smoking that Rams pack, we're smoking that Whiners pack too, man. Screw these whiners, bro. I'm tired of it. Sick of it. Thankful that we got the dub, but my goodness, act like you've been there before. Act like you've been there before. We can be upset. We cannot like what we want to see. Oh, we can't talk about the Rams anymore. I will always talk about the Rams. As long as my beard is red, I will talk crap about the Rams. You do not tell me ever again. May that be a lesson to you. If that, hey, you found yourself in my comments, you found yourself like, hey, what is this guy doing talking crap about? Shut up. We got the dub. I'm hyped, baby. Let's go. That's enough of that. Let's celebrate. Shout out all the late night gang. Shout out all the vibes in the chat. You guys are legendary right now. We see the vibes are all the way up to the moon. Let's talk about stars of the game, shall we? Let's talk about the star-studded San Francisco 49ers, dudes balling out left and right. Let's talk about the guys who got the job done tonight. I'm going to start here because honestly, I don't think I've given him enough credit. I know what I don't post about him enough. I know it already. And I just need to post about him more. Jeff Wilson, 18 carries on 74 yards and a touchdown. Beautiful touchdown. Cutback. Oh my gosh. Jeff Wilson. Tip of the cap, my boy. Tip of the cap. Helmet sticker for Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson. Again, no Jordan Mason. No Jordan Mason. I'm not shocked in the slightest. I don't know if we're going to see Jordan Mason at all at this point, but Jeff Wilson is doing a hell of a job ensuring that no one else needs to touch that rock in that backfield. This is a Jeff Wilson workhorse masterclass that we got going in front of us. So shout out Jeff Wilson. My goodness. He doesn't get talked about enough. But you already know who we're going to talk about. We're going to start with the offense. Then we're going to talk to the we're going to talk about the defense because the defense was the star of the show. I have a lot to say about this defense. This defense, oh boy, I get hyped up thinking about them. Like really thinking about them because they're not even in their final form yet. But let's start with the offense. I'll say this. Where was Aaron Donald? Now I get it. I was live. I was in the stadium. I was so, you know, perspective is a little bit different. I don't get to see the, 3 replays in slow motion and all that stuff. I'm out here vibing, getting content, doing all that good stuff. I didn't see a whole lot of Aaron Donald. I think I saw Aaron Donald make one play, like one tackle, and then he had another play where it's busted offensive line protection up front where no one blocked him. Aaron who? Who? Tell him. Who? Guess who we saw tonight? Oh, we saw Daddy B. Is there a correlation that we saw some Daddy B tonight? And Aaron Brunskill. I'm sorry. I know he's your father, Aaron, but Aaron Donald. Nowhere. And we're gonna get into the offensive line, but baseline, what we're looking at with the offensive line with Colton McKivitz going down, Jalen Moore having to step in again after the atrocious performance that he had against the Broncos. I didn't see anything from Jalen that made me concerned. Again, we got to watch the tape, got to go back, but whew, I loved it. Offensive line. So, I mean, it wasn't perfect. Definitely wasn't perfect with the offensive line. But the fact that I wasn't watching the game and being like, "Oh wow, the offensive line is getting boat raced right now." That is a plus. So then we're going to hop into the tape and we're going to break it down and we're going to really understand what happened in that O line. But helmet sticker to the O line. Spencer Burford was like splitting reps with Brunskill, so I'll look into that, see what was going on there in that regard. But we'll get into it. Huff is going to have the whole NFL throwing up tees 100%. And let me tell you the coolest moment from Levi Stadium tonight. So all the players are through the tunnel. You know how they meet at the center of the field and then they break away and they go to the tunnel. You'll have like the bigger players kind of loiter around because they got to do interviews. They got to speak to. They have speaking engagements before they go into the tunnel. Um, so and then the big guys come through. You get your Jimmy Garoppolos, your Kittles, your Deebos, your Warners, and they're going through the tunnel. And through the tunnel, you have the section of seats. And we all know all the fans crowd around the tunnel because they want to get an autograph. They want to get a close up of these players that are coming up. Seriously, this was my favorite moment of the night. I was super upset that I didn't record it, but it literally gave me goosebumps. Here comes Talanoa Hufanga. It's his turn to kind of he wasn't going through the tunnel, but he was going and walking up to an interview. I'm telling you. So there's probably 300, 350 fans crowded around in the section. I had a beautiful view of it. You see Talanoa throwing up the tees. The entire section, every single fan in those sections throwing up the tee back to him. I'm telling you, coolest moment of the night. Talanoa Hufanga is playing absolutely in freaking credible, and this fan base sees it. This fan base feels it. Absolutely, absolutely amazing. It was so dope. It really was so freaking cool. Um, so this fan base right now loves Talanoa Hufanga, man. Loves Talanoa Hufanga, and why not? Talanoa Hufanga. I was saying this on an Instagram live as I was walking out of the stadium. Are we dare we say Talanoa Hufanga is pushing for defensive player of the year conversation? Like, do we dare? Are we brave enough here on this late night gang stream of all the SDS? Are we brave enough to say that we might be getting close to considering Talanoa Hufanga as a potential defensive player of the year candidate? Like, I mean, I wanted Talanoa Hufanga to just be serviceable, to just be good. He is he is playing right now at a level that you don't see from it's 4 weeks, right? So we have a 4-game sample size. But through those 4 weeks, Talanoa Hufanga's impact has been felt throughout the entirety of the game. So right now, Talanoa Hufanga is playing at an elite level. And whew, it's fun to see. Tobin says Hufanga leading the way. I'll get to the Ray super chat in a second, but Talanoa Hufanga right now, man, is playing lights out football. Absolutely lights out. Tobin says Huff is easily defensive player of the year. Don't forget Bosa. Oh, how could we forget Bosa? How could we forget Mr. Nick Knack Paddywhack? Give a Bosa a bone. Did they not give him a sack? Oh no, they gave him 2 sacks. 2 sacks tonight for Nicky B. So, oh man, this team is so good. Is so good. Hold on. All right. We're multitasking here, so bear with me. But there's so many good things to talk about. Talanoa Hufanga, absolutely fantastic. Nick Bosa, the defensive line in general. Can we just talk about the defensive line as like we can single out Nick Bosa, but Samson Ebukam, 2 sacks, also forced a fumble. Charles Omenihu, sack, multiple pressures. Hassan Ridgeway, sack. Like, this defense is lights out. We had a Diamador Lenore sack. Shout out Diamador. Diamador ballin'. I'm so excited talking about this defense because I really feel confident that this defense right now has the potential to be one of the greats. Now, we don't know. It's a 4-game sample size, right? So there's still some time. But when I really take a step back, and we've been talking about, you guys know, we've been talking about this 49ers defense for a long time. But when we really take a step back, this 49ers defense, guys, like I don't have to tell you. I really don't. They have a chance here to really position themselves as arguably one of the best defenses that the 49ers have ever seen in franchise history. And I don't ever say that lightly because we understand the San Francisco 49ers have a long history of phenomenal defenses, Hall of Fame, generational, one of one players that have all been on defenses at one time. But we are looking at the potential of a defense that could blow the top off of all these other guys, man. All these other guys. Like I just I can't wait. I really do think this defense can, and we'll get into the offense because the offense wasn't perfect. There's still a work in progress, I believe. I really do believe the 49ers offense is a work in progress still. But this defense, led by Nick Bosa, Talanoa Hufanga, Fred Warner, Mooney Ward, Emmanuel Mosley, these guys can be special. Like the 2019 defense was really good, but they weren't this deep, I don't believe. Like, because I mean, you look at the 2019 defense, the reason why they were so phenomenal was because of that front four, was because of uh D Ford, DeForest Buckner, Eric Armstead, and Nick Bosa. Those four together on the field were insane. You had Fred Warner coming into All Pro Fred. He wasn't All Pro Fred yet. He was developing into All Pro Fred. And then you had Richard Sherman on the outside. You had Akello Witherspoon. You had undrafted free agent Emmanuel Mosley. You had K1. I really do think this defense is better constructed. I really do think this defense is, as we stand and we look at it right now, it's got more depth. They're more complete at every position. Um, Jimmy Ward, look at what they're doing without Jimmy Ward. So when this team gets Jimmy Ward back, um, Aziz Al-Shaair back, oh man, they have an opportunity to do some really special things. So I mean, I already think it's better than the 2019 NFL defense. I'm looking at like 2011, 2012 defense. Like, hey, maybe even we're talking about 1994. Again, we're talking about historically one of the better assembled defenses that we've ever seen, led by one of the better defensive minds that, D'Amico Ryans, man, who that whoever breaks the bank for D'Amico Ryans, man, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to damper the mood. But D'Amico Ryans is that guy, and he has this whole defense playing lights out. They can be even better. But again, Diamador Lenore stepping up, playing how he's playing in the slot. E-Man, Charvarius Ward, the defensive backs that we have on top of Talanoa Hufanga, absolutely flying all over the field. Tashawn Gibson stepping in, and uh, I haven't seen Tashawn Gibson really. Are teams afraid of him? They don't throw at him. I don't feel like they even challenge the guy. I don't know. But Gibson's doing his job. The linebackers are doing their job. Dre Greenlaw led the team in tackles with 15. This team is playing really good football, and it's still early. So they have an opportunity to even tighten it up and get even better. And this is it, man. When we talk about the 49ers from here on out, we are going to be talking about the 49ers and this defense. This defense, regardless of what's going on with the offense, will always have a shot. There will always be an opportunity for this team to win football games because they have an elite defense on the other side. That is the biggest, most positive thing that you can take away from watching the San Francisco 49ers team right now is their defense is legendary. And what we got to do on the offensive side of the football is ensure we don't waste that talent. Got to get Mr. Kittle involved. D is sick. Hey, almost had a touchdown to George. Almost had one. I'm not going to lie. That throw that Jimmy Garoppolo made to George Kittle in the back of the end zone over two defenders was a phenomenal throw. Just absolutely like, whoa. Like it was one of those plays where I'm seeing it the whole way. I'm locked in on Jimmy. I had the angle of like where Jimmy was looking so I could see Kittle running behind in the end zone, and I could see the two defenders in front of George. So when Jimmy let go of that ball, I was like, "Oh no!" Like I was like, I saw the the two defenders in between George and Jimmy, and I was like, "Oh," in my head, I'm like, "There's no way that Jimmy's getting this ball over these two defenders, and he somehow did. It was an insanely good throw. Unfortunately, didn't count because Kittle's foot hit right out of bounds. But hey, I understand a lot of people want Kittle to be more involved. Kittle and his involvement in the passing game is a function of Kyle Shanahan and the offense that they operate. So he can only do what they ask of him. He can only do what is thrown to him. So, I'm not going to harp on Kittle too much. If we want to get Kittle involved, come on, Kyle. Let's get Kittle going. Let's force feed Kittle a little bit. Why not? But overall, the 49ers did a phenomenal job with getting Kittle 2 catches for 24 yards. Could have been a touchdown as well. Can we talk about Deebo Samuel? And we'll get into it's not perfect. It wasn't perfect. But we'll get into that a little bit later. But let's talk about Deebo Samuel. Oh, we got the dating, we got the crazy bots in the chat. That's how you know we're vibing on a late night gang edition. The bots want fun. They want to have a good time as well. Let me get to this one really quick. Ray fumble problem, a concern. Kyle Williams 2.0. I think that's a little bit too far right now. Kyle Williams 2.0. I don't think so. I just think Ray is always looking to get that extra yard, and as a result, he stays up, and you get a lot of the opposing kickoff team just coming down on Ray, and that could lend to himself getting hit last minute. Jason FaceTime with E40. That's dope. That's legendary. FaceTime with E40. Let's freaking go. 40 water, man. Levi's was electric tonight. Levi's was absolutely electric tonight. Let's see. Deebo Samuel. I don't care how Deebo gets it done, man. Just get Deebo the rock. Give Deebo the football and let Deebo do the rest. That play that Deebo Samuel had, that he took a screen to the house, like, it was just one of those plays where you just have to scratch your head and say, how did he do that? It was phenomenal. Deebo Samuel, his unrelenting ability to go down, the fact that he broke free out of like 2 tackles, then skirted half the defense, then got blocking in front of him, and just found a lane. I mean, it was so good. Let's see. I did get a clip of it, so that means that we don't have to worry about copyright. So I can pull it up while we talk about it. Let's see here. We don't want the ad, though. There it is. But I mean, so good. Again, this could have been a pick, man. Like, the fact that Deebo caught that, first of all. Like, this could have a little lower. This could have been a pick six the other way. Like, somehow, just outside the stretch of the stretched arms of the defensive back, somehow Deebo gets his hands on it. And then instantly, makes 24 miss, makes another guy miss, cuts back, blocking. Look at Kittle. Look at Kittle. Easy work for Kittle. Get on your Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey's a bum. Get out of here. Trash. Learn how to tackle, bro. Brandon Ayuk dropping bodies. Like, this is why the San Francisco 49ers own the Rams. This play is emblematic of why the San Francisco 49ers own the Rams. I don't care that they got lucky the last time we played them. We own this team. And this is why the 49ers are a much more physical team than the Los Angeles Rams. And when you match up a more physical team against a more finesse styled defense and offense, guess what happens? They get smacked on. Oh, we're in Aponte's live. But my goodness, let's watch it one more time just for the culture. Jalen Ramsey, bum, bro. Like, I really don't like Jalen Ramsey. There's really few players that I can really say with my chest that I don't like. I don't like Jalen Ramsey. I think he is a talented player. I just don't like his mentality. I don't like it. I'm glad the 49ers get to take advantage here. But Deebo Samuel balled out. I would like to say this. Lisa says 49ers own the Lambs. Love being a Niner fan. Hell yeah. Thank you, Lisa, for the super chat. Thank you to everyone else who's sending super chats. Really do appreciate it. Shout out the whole late night gang. Vibes still turning up. It's 10:49 for me. I don't know what time it is for you guys. But I'm having a great time, man. Again, I was at Levi's Stadium tonight to watch the game. So got to see all the sights and sounds, the vibes. 49er fans were hungry for that W. I'm telling you, hungry for that W. I will tell you this. Oh, see, these are all the real ones, man. We got 1 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11:49, 12:49, 12. Look at, we got London checking in. My boy's having his tea right now. Crumpets. I don't want to stereotype you too much, but that's just what I think about. My guy's working. Shout out to the whole squad, man. You know the vibes. We vibe. We get a 49ers W. Hey, we ain't sleeping, man. My guy's like, oh, it's still early for us out here in Hawaii. But we see the squad staying up all late night to get that 49er fix in. We see you guys. Appreciate all you. Appreciate all you guys. I gave Demo some respect. I'll give him more respect though. I gave Demo some respect. I'll give him more respect though. Diamador Lenore. I think he had a sack. I think, what else did he have? Diamador Lenore had 5 tackles. He had a sack. I think he had more than that. I think he had a pass deflection. He had a couple good reps on Cooper Kupp. The San Francisco 49ers, with guys like Diamador Lenore stepping up, they look dangerous. When you can have, and again, Cooper Kupp got loose. You know, it was literally the Los Angeles Cooper Kupps. That was it. They had nothing else. Cooper Kupp had 14 receptions for 122 yards. Granted, Tyler Higbee got 10 receptions for 73, but those felt a lot less impactful than the 14 for 122 from Cooper Kupp. But outside of that, that was the offense. That was it. They had 7 rushes for 27 yards from Darrell Henderson. Cam Akers was completely bottled up. 8 carries, 13 yards at 1.6 a clip. The 49ers defense was stout, and Deommodore Lenore was a huge part of that. I'm absolutely thrilled in what we're seeing from Deommodore, because at a certain point, we didn't know what to expect from Deommodore. Because it felt like we saw a lot of him early, and there's some early hype of his rookie year, but then he kind of faded, and then we never really got to see him again. So we were like, oh, well, maybe things aren't going well with Deommodore Lenore. We don't know. We're not at practice. We can't evaluate those things. But Deommodore Lenore absolutely had a really good game. It's kind of stacked 2 good games back to back. So if Deommodore Lenore, I had Samuel Womack as being that guy who's going to take over in the slot. But if that's going to be Deommodore Lenore, I have no problems with that. Deommodore Lenore, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him. To be perfectly honest, I love what I'm seeing from Deommodore. It's great. It's absolutely great. The fact that Deommodore Lenore is giving us this production out of the slot, huge. Absolutely huge. Let's see. So, we got Kyle Juszczyk. We got a little bit. We got that nice 35-yard reception from Kyle Juszczyk. We had a Kyle Juszczyk run. We need more Kyle Juszczyk. So when we talk about the 49ers, I think this is going to be the common theme as we talk about them all year. The 49ers offense still has a lot of stuff to figure out. Now, the 49ers won 24-9. Don't forget, some of those points came from Talanoa Hufanga's interception. And you also had Robbie Gould add some points with his leg as well. I still think there's a ton of room for the San Francisco 49ers offense to improve. The biggest thing that I was able to notice in the stands was Brandon Ayuk is always open. Like, even on that play when we were talking about George Kittle and the beautiful throw that he had, absolutely beautiful throw to George Kittle. But he had a wide open Brandon Ayuk in the corner of the end zone. Wide open. Just absolutely wide open. I'll pull it up so we can take a look together. But that's again one of the things that we talk about with Jimmy, how he sees the field, things like that. Let's take a look. So you got Brandon Ayuk on the outside. This was my view, right? So this is what I saw. I saw this. I was looking at Jimmy. I was looking at where Jimmy was throwing, like where, because he tells you where he's throwing. You just look at his head. His head is going to kind of dictate where he wants the football to go. George Kittle's double covered effectively. You have an underneath linebacker and you have a safety, what it looks like, all over George. The fact that the ball, I thought this was an interception. The fact that the ball got here and George caught that and almost had a touchdown, absolutely phenomenal. But the thing that we're going to come back to, and I think it's going to show up a lot on tape, this game specifically, is Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk was probably open on almost every passing concept that was dialed up, and he rarely got the football. This is a walk-in touchdown. Like, he cooked Jalen Ramsey. Just cooked him, selling slant to the inside, gets his hips completely turned, gets him this is a touchdown. Jalen Ramsey is not recovering from this. He is dead in the water. Dead in the water. But where does Jimmy throw it to? He throws it to the guy that has 2 defenders on him. So, this will be a continued point of emphasis that we talk about with the 49ers offense from here on out. The offense wasn't perfect. It really wasn't. Jimmy Garoppolo can be better, but he played good enough that, didn't put the 49ers in harm's way, could have put the 49ers in harm's way, but also could have been better. So, like, there's this, like, we really understand what the Jimmy Garoppolo experience is here. Like, and again, we're not here to whatever. Like, we're gonna see on tape when the film comes out, Brandon Ayuk running open all over the place. So, what I want to see continuing with the San Francisco 49ers is, again, how do we get that identification on the field in real time to see these guys running open and get them the football? And if the 49ers could do that, then the 49ers will be really hard to beat. Because a lot of these throws that we saw, there was a lot of yardage left on that field, um, based on where Jimmy was deciding to throw the football. Now, Jimmy played a clean enough game, 16 for 27, 239 yards and a touchdown. We'll take that every day of the week, but we could literally be talking about a potential 400-yard, 3-touchdown game from Jimmy Garoppolo if he just hit the open wide receivers. And that's going to be the continued conversation that we have surrounding this offense and Jimmy Garoppolo. And we understand that we knew what it was coming into this, and we knew what the Jimmy Garoppolo experience would be like. And so that's what it's going to continue to be like. He has a throw where he makes a beautiful layered pass over 2 defenders to George Kittle. Could have been a touchdown, but you had Brandon Ayuk absolutely cooking Jalen Ramsey to the outside. Would have been a walk-in touchdown. Easier throw as well. So, again, nitpicking there. Bringing it back, though, the 49ers did enough to get this win. They kept it close. They kept it close. Um, we saw a little bit of, like, the kicking on 4th. I think it's 4th and 1 at the 1-yard line. Wouldn't have mind to see Shanahan just go for it. I think we've talked about seeing kind of that aggressive uh, play calling in those types of situations. I get it. 49ers win, so it's not a big deal. But I'm just I still see a lot of improvement that can be had by this offense. And when you're looking at that and you think of that, the 49ers are 2-2. They're at the top of the NFC West right now with a tiebreaker over the Rams, and they can play a lot better football. Um, so I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited to see this offense continue to improve and this defense to continue to soar. So, again, we can nitpick things, but the overall vibe and the overall feel is they were able to get it done. So, tip our cap to everyone involved. It was a good win, solid win, must have it, gotta have it win. Uh, and I was loving every minute of it. So if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, get them in here. I know it's late. I know you guys are rocking with the late night gang stream. So if you guys have any other just comments, questions, Roman says, love that inside zone toss is back. Yes. Yes. I can't wait to dive in to the tape here a little bit more. You already know the vibes. Same old sorry Rams. My guy says I'm wide awake. Oh baby, yeah, I'm gonna sleep so good. I'm gonna get a lot of content. I still gotta get all my content. Um, man, my internet was giving me so many problems. So many problems. I can't even be mad at it though. 49ers won. 49ers won. Uh, Brad, we should dominate every game like that. That's what makes it frustrating. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching that game. I have zero bones to pick with the defense. I think the defense is playing lights out. But I look at the offense and I'm like, man, this offense could be playing better. Even winning the game 24-9. I'm like, man, if we can get corrections out of this offense where they just take a step further, um, in all and just kind of and they did a good job. They could oh man, they could be even better. They could be even better. The juice dive, yes, that was nice. It was really nice to see about that. Jason says, "How about Jalen Moore playing a solid game?" Yeah, we'll give credit to where credit's due. Huge bounce back game for Jalen Moore after Denver. So got to give credit where credit's due. Um, so good for him. Why doesn't Jimmy look deep? I don't know. Let's see. Rams out there fighting each other on the sideline. Yeah, man. They know. They know. I think the Rams know. Like deep down, they don't got it. I think deep down they know they don't got it. Speaking of sleeping, I'm gonna go to sleep. Have an amazing night, SDS. Victory sleep hits different. Shout out Harris. Appreciate you, man. This is a good question. Am I concerned? Are you more concerned about the O line with McKivitz out? Yes. To this fly is killing me. But yes, I am nervous and concerned. Without Colton McKivitz, again, Jalen Moore did well, but we'll pull up the tape. We'll get into it all. Um, but yes, and like with Brunskill switching at right guard, there's still some stuff going down on that O line. The fact that you had a consistent rotation, it felt like between Burford and Brunskill at right guard, that was interesting. Um, so yeah, there's still some questions about that offensive line, and McKivitz doesn't help that a lot. Samson Ebukam balled out. That's probably one of the best games I've seen from Samson Ebukam as a 49er, and he's had some good games. It was a really good game. Heisman, SDS. Jimmy just needs to stay consistent. Facts. Uh, will win a lot more games. I agree. If you get consistent, efficient Jimmy, that's enough. That's enough. The 49ers are set up to go far without doing it all on the shoulder of a quarterback. Just make proper decisions, put the ball in places where it needs to be. We go from there. Thank you for the super chat, Heisman. Brad Huff is the man. I agree. Huff is that guy. Givens and Ridgeway stepped up huge. Facts. That sack by Ridgeway was big time. That was George Kittle. George absolutely rocked him. Yeah, film's gonna be fun this week. I can't wait. Brad, did you hear Trent Williams say, "I'll be back in no time"? No, I did not. But honestly, so this is how I see it. 49ers have Panthers, Falcons, Chiefs, Rams. Well, we know we know what just happened to the Rams. Um, so if they can make it through that schedule or these next 4 games, Panthers, Falcons, Chiefs, Rams bye week, and you get everyone back that's hurt right now. Aziz, Trent, the rest of those guys, you get them back after the bye. Elijah Mitchell after the bye. The 49ers have an opportunity to really kind of get into a competitive mode at the right time. Heisman says Deebo theme music. Facts. Deebo's that guy. Deebo's that guy. So I would love to get Trent back, but they're gonna have to get creative. They're gonna have to get creative with the offensive line that they have, man. Why isn't Mason getting reps? That question's above my pay grade. That question's above my pay grade. I don't know, man. I do not know. Let's see here. All right. So overall, man, great game. And I agree with this. Wilson's been great. Wilson's been great. We're used to seeing a running back by committee, and we're not seeing that. I mean, we saw someone said because he's still a rookie. I mean, we saw 14 carries from TDP week 2. So that argument doesn't necessarily, I feel like, transfer because TDP got 14 carries in week 2. So I don't know. I don't know why that's occurring. That's a good question. How much do you think Turner being back influenced the run game creativity today? That's a good question. Because when you look at it, Anthony Lynn, running backs coach, assistant head coach, Chris Forster, run game coordinator. Uh, I would like to think that Bobby T had a little bit of some magic added to that, sprinkling back in, just being like, hey, just being another voice, another perspective in the chat. Let's go. Dabbing Hyena. Thank you for becoming a member of the SDS. Shout out to Dabbing Hyena. Appreciate that. Let's go. New official member into the SDS. You love to see it. Is there something Kyle is seeing about Mason that we aren't? Of course, we don't know what behind the scenes they're saying that Mason needs to work on. Like, we don't know. Like, we see the baseline skill set and traits, and we think that's good enough. But yeah, who knows? Maybe there's assignment things that aren't sticking. I don't know. He's just not been given the opportunities up until this point. So we'll see. We got another new member. Let's go. Shout out to SDS. We got Chico, Dusty joining the SDS. We got Dabbing Hyena joining the SDS. Oh, let's go, my guy. Welcome. Welcome to the Late Night Gang stream, and welcome to the SDS. Good to have both of you. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate all the SDS. Appreciate everyone sending super chats. It's a long day today. Still not used to the hour and a half drive from Levi Stadium back home. Still getting it figured out. Ooh, how do you become a sub? I think you might have to go to desktop. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think you can do it on your cell phone. So you'd have to do it on the desktop. Tired? Little bit. But hell, that's nothing, man. That's nothing. Amazing to be back at Levi's. Just amazing. It's just that is the type of brand of football that I love. When we can look at a team that doesn't get in their own way and they are able to just execute the way we know how. And even if they aren't, perfect, the fact that they could get the job done by executing and not getting in the way of themselves that's fun. Like it feels like a fun time. Dabbing Hyena says number one channel on YouTube for 49ers news and coverage. Gotta show that support. SDS. Shout out Dabbing Hyena, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that compliment. I don't know if I'm the best, but I do appreciate that for sure, for sure. Really do. Really, really do. And I agree with what Heisman says. Drop a like. Shout out Heisman for the super chats. This is honestly what I'm most excited about. I can't wait to get into film. Film sessions are going to be dope this week. Film sessions were whack last week. Film sessions are going to be dope this week. I promise you. I'm gonna try to get a lot more out. Last week was just a gross week. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this tape and break it down and continue to have. We're gonna have a fun week of content. That's also the best thing about W's is we can have a fun week of content. Shout out Jose. Brad is the guy. That's why I let him sign my Greg jersey. I appreciate you, man. Jose made me look like a real baller in front of my wife too. I went to the game with my wife. I think it was that a preseason game? I think we went to a preseason game. I brought my wife with me. Jose comes up. Jose. Jesus. I'm sorry. So you got me all messed up, man, with your new name and your new my apologies. I'm sorry. Jesus. I said Jose. I'm sorry. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, Jesus, I love you. I love you. But you still made me look like a G. I love you, my boy. Hey, the rebrand's been difficult. I'm trying to make it work. Rebrand's been difficult, but we're trying to make it work. Shout out my boy Jesus. Love you, bro. Damn, I did him dirty. I love you though. That's my guy. But my goodness. Appreciate you, my brother. Anyways. Jesus made me look like a baller because he came over. We autographed the Greg. It was fire. We've been through a lot tonight. We'll let it slide. Oh, man. Good times. Jesus, you can hold that against me forever. Hey, remember when you called me the Jose one time? Yeah, I do remember. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've embarrassed myself and the SDS. Jesus a real MVP though. He really is. My guy out. Jesus might be the first to like anything I post. And I truly appreciate that. Jesus is a real one. He deserves all the credit. He does not deserve to be called Jose. This is fair. Hendrick says Jose should call you Chad now. I think that's fair. Oh, wow. This is legendary right here. My guy says, "Brad, I watch every ad just for you." That's that's love. That is love. That's love. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the love. I had a couple people say what's up. Took some selfies with some SDS. It was a good time. Yeah, when I start acting out of pocket, just be like, "You're acting like a real Chad right now." Like, all right, all right, all right. I'll chill. I'll chill. Shout out all the homies. Oh, we got Luke checking in. Uh Appreciate you checking in, Luke. We're feeling good, man. We're feeling good. We got the W. The chat's electric. Vibes are electric everywhere. Jesus has turned into Jose. Brad has turned into Chad. So that's how you know we got the late night gang stream going, and we are past an hour, which means we're off the rails. And it probably means it's time for bed. Joshua, appreciate the super chat, says, "How lit was Levi's?" Levi's was ready. Whenever the defense was on the field, the 49ers were absolutely ready. Didn't need no prompting from the guys in the stadium, nothing. The fan base was ready. They were hungry, the energy was there. Absolutely just great. I sat next to a really cool dude. Um, we just got to chop it up about basically the 49ers the whole time. We were going back and forth pretty much every play about how Brandon Ayuk was wide open. Really good time watching with my guy that I got to meet next to me. But yeah, man, 49er fans showed up. Hey, Joey says Jesus got Charmander Wested by Brad. That's funny. That's hilarious. Good night, late night gang. Win against the Rams always hits different. SoFi North. What are they talking about? Luke says we about to string some momentum, fam. Oh yeah. You already know, Luke. You already know, Luke. Last week we were emotional because of how they lost, but that didn't change the fact that we know this team is capable of much more. Capable of much, much more. Hendrick says Wook Woona. Oh, let's go. Look at the name. Look at the name. He changed it. Now, this is what we call a rebrand. Now, that's what we call a rebrand. Jesus said, "Screw what we've been. Screw it all. I'm leaning into it." He said, "Jose." Oh, what a time! What a time to be alive. I love you all. I love you all. That's all I gotta say is I love you all. Heisman says Broncos are a good team. We are better. Just gotta play like it. Little mistakes can make or break the game. Definitely. And the 49ers are in the boat right now of fixing those types of mistakes. And if they could, it would be absolutely, this team would be unbeatable. But that's what football is, and we're here for it. And we're here to improve with them and keep growing with them and be along for the ride. My guy Heisman says, "Wish I could sub, man. I just don't have a PC." Dude, don't even worry about it, my guy. You've been blessing me with super chats all night. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Heisman. Appreciate Jose, aka Jesus. Appreciate all the squad that have hopped in. We had a whole bunch of people. We had Charlene in here. We had Roman. We still got Jason. Who else? Hendrix. We got some new SDS boys and girls. Chico jumps in. Love to see it. Probably leaving a couple of the homies out. Joey's in here. Love to see it. We got Mariah just hopped in. Let's go. Good time. Good time after W. But I think it is time that we shut her down and we get ready, because I still got to collect content for this week and we got to get it all out. But my goodness, man, much needed win over a hated rival, you might say, in the LA Rams. Yeah, you love it. We love it. I'm out of here. I'm calling people by their wrong names, all that good stuff. Appreciate you, Heisman. Shout out to all the people checking in, vibing. Appreciate all you guys. You guys make this hella fun. I'm glad we can get in here and do all this good stuff. I love you, man. I love you, Jesus. Now I swear to you, my mind is gonna do the thing. It's the Charmander Charvarius thing all over again. I appreciate all of you guys, man. It's been a blast. We got the dub. We're gonna have more content coming tomorrow. Should get the tape tomorrow. It's TBD on what the film breakdowns are going to be looking like. But thank you guys, as always, for your continued support of me and the channel. Damn. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I appreciate you guys. Special shout out to Jesus, aka Jose, aka Legend, aka love you guys. I'm out of here. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see